Oh, my soul sisters.
And brother.
And brother.
Oh, yeah, right, that too. Okay, the wizard. There's the wizard.
I had to pop on because early before we started the show, and hello to everybody. I know school will be in session soon, but we were dancing to ladies' night. We're hanging out. You know what I mean? It's Friday night. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, it's Friday night.
It is.
But on a more serious note, thoughts and prayers go out to Jeff Turner and his family.
Yes. Yeah.
I just wanted to come
Absolutely.
on and say that quickly. And you ladies, you have a great, wonderful show. And Annie, I'll see you on the flip side on the other side for a World Awakening with Tony.
Yes.
All right, let's get the party started. Get the party started already. Bye.
We love that man.
We love that man. We seriously love that man.
Yes, he's why we're so devoted and in love with KGRA.
I know. I mean,
he just makes it home,
and he's been devoted to us. You know,
absolutely.
I mean, he's done everything in his power. And I remember, Deb, the night I was talking with him, and he was trying to build and blossom the network. It was several years ago. And he said, do you have anybody for me that's already got an established show that would consider moving it to KGRA? Yeah, blushing, right? That's why I wore the white t-shirt, so it would show even more. And I said yes immediately. Deb DeRoos, Deb and RJ, Mystical Awakenings. You know, you had started it right around the same time that I had started a World Awakening with Tony Rathman, who's going to be our guest on a World Awakening next hour. And I was like, immediately, you were my first person, my first thought. He called you that afternoon, as I recall, and had you scheduled for the next week.
Mm-hmm. Well, actually, Annie, a World Awakening and Mystical Awakening started at the same time with you and George and me and Debbie.
Yes.
Oh, the OG.
Yeah, like that's way back.
Yeah,
that's way back. That's way back. I don't know how many years.
And that's how you and I connected so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's how Andrea and I connected too, was OG, the World Awakening. The Love Shack. The Love Shack that only Andrea and I are still in. Everybody else is gone.
There you go. Yeah, but we got speed dial Love Shack.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. Well, on that note, class is in session. I actually wore a shirt that would match my backdrop that we have to use because the whole back of this room is loaded with power tools and pieces of wood and grating and all the stuff that's going out on the deck as we finish up the deck. And oh my, hi Kendra. Oh, my sweet. Oh, thank you, honey. Yes, I did not, Jonathan. Mwah. Yeah. Massive prayers for Jeff. Yeah.
So you should tell people why Jeff's not here.
Yes, Jeff's not here. Because and many of you, River, Jeff's father-in-law has been very ill, and they've called everybody together. I'm sure that Jeff knows and appreciates that all of us are praying for him and Diana and his family. This is a very sad time always. When a family faces such a profound loss. And so they are all together tonight, and we are all with them in heart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah. Dear God, let this happen as peacefully and painlessly as possible. Amen.
Yeah, tons of love going out to Jeff. And I just, I pray that he knows, and I'm sure he does. I'm sure he can feel it. His whole family can feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Such a beautiful, beautiful person. And like you said, Annie, these times are always so hard. The transition is natural. Yet, those of us still left in the third dimension, rough time.
Yeah.
So many prayers for them.
Yes. Well, Jeff and I for 3 weeks now have been trying to do our show about how, to not have, I can't remember exactly how we had it listed, but, not to be fearful, because what is natural is supernatural. What is supernatural is natural. And, and we had talked in the past about how, there are people that walk this planet that think people like us are devil worshipers. They have like real issues with paranormal people.
Right.
And they have a complete failure to communicate or understand that we are all surrounded by spirit all of the time. And those of us that are deeply and cosmically connected and have had experiences that can not be explained any other way than, number one, there is a God, and number two, spirit exists, and number three, we have a galactic family. And if they've not had that experience, I hope that they have the chance to have it. But that regardless, it has nothing to do with validating or failing to acknowledge what we've experienced in this life, which personally for me has brought me a great deal of comfort. And so Jeff and I've wanted to give Jeff, Deb, you and I like 3 weeks ago had this conversation.
Right.
And then I was like, okay, we're going to do a part 2, and we're going to have Jeff on. And between me being sick and Jeff being sick, it's been kind of rough. So we will postpone tonight's show because that's going to be his topic to address his way. And we'll bring that back on. But tonight, Lenny and I have been talking about this 8/8 Lionsgate, this letting go thing, this period that we're in between Mercury retrograde. And you don't have to buy into it if you don't want. All I'm saying is that those that consider astrology and numerology pseudosciences have not done any of the historical research on the thousands and thousands of years that these practices have existed. And regardless of that, there is obviously something swirling in the cosmos right now, and having a dramatic impact on an awful lot of people. And we're all struggling with letting go of something. It just seems, I can't think of anybody that I know that isn't struggling with letting go of something. So that's what I would like to address tonight. And Lenny said, learning to let go of what no longer serves you. And so I wanted to talk about that because there's really two sides to that coin. At least for somebody like me, a really schmaltzy Libra that wants to, like the do-gooder of do-gooders, that lets myself be a doormat if I think that it serves the greater good and that it's helpful to somebody else. Hold on, it's driving me out of my
And that's why she has us, right, Lenny?
Yes, that's right. That's you know what I do.
Yeah, no, I know. I do. I know.
You know what I do.
Oh yeah. We do it together sometimes behind the scenes.
Sometimes, yes.
Well,
I know who to go to.
Yes.
Well, I am changing though. I really do feel like
I believe that you
going through this season of change where at 66 years old, I'm learning to say no. I'm learning to tell people to back off. I'm learning to tell some people to go away. Not that I don't love you, but I must love you from a safe distance. It is not corrosive or intolerable or harmful to me.
Right.
And it's really one of the most difficult things I've ever confronted, because I am the mediator. I am the peacemaker. I am Lady Justice. I am let's find common ground. I am all of that. Not so much anymore. And yet it seems to contradict the whole notion of embracing all and, you know, spreading the love and letting love be the teacher and all of that. And so I've got this conflicted thing going on with me where it would just be so much easier to go back to being the way that I was. But then in order to grow and to move forward, I have to be able to discern what serves my best interest as I literally fight for my life.
Yeah.
So there. All right. Your turn. Speak up. Tell me what you think, both of you. Either one first, second.
Well, I'm going to say, you know, you say it would be easier to go back to the way I was. But once you've evolved to this point,
you can't go back.
You
can't
really
go back.
Can't go back. And it wouldn't be easier. It would be more difficult.
Yeah.
Because when we shed those things from our lives, and sometimes those people, if we try to bring them back, it's more toxic than it was. Because the universe sees this as, oh, they didn't learn. We're going to make it even harder. So, yeah, it's not always easier to go back.
Yeah.
The person who is toxic will feel emboldened if you cave to the bullying, if you cave to the manipulation, if you cave. They're like, I got this one wrapped. Right. And then take further advantage. And so there is no turning back. I've got a few people in my life that this is, you know, true of. And it breaks my heart because I love them all. All, you know, I do. I love them. But I can't interact with them in the way that I once did because I've learned really the hard way, as humans do. We learn our lessons the hard way.
Oh boy, don't we?
That this is not good for me. And it doesn't mean that these individuals have ill intent toward me at all. They just perceive me in a way where I'm weak and malleable. And they can pretty much have their way, get what they want, say what they want, do what they want, and that I will just automatically forgive any infraction or any hurtful, and sometimes even deliberately. It's like it's part of the bullying is to say something to hurt you so that they can see your reaction. It really is toxic.
Yeah. And sometimes, Annie, I think it really, you know, the ill intent, sometimes they're not really consciously aware or doing this on a super conscious level, but there is ill intent in some cases. I know personally, I've had to deal with that in my own life. And I've seen you deal with it, where it is kind of intentional. But possibly not super conscious.
Right. Yeah. Ingrained, so deeply ingrained in that personality that they're not even aware of its existence.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No matter how many times you say, darling, you're the common denominator. As everyone in your life walks away from you, you are the common denominator. Your behavior is the common denominator. You know, and it hurts people and it alienates people and it rejects people. And, you know, and you can till the cows come home.
Yeah.
And they won't see it until they are ready.
And it will hurt them for you to tell them. So, I mean, you're kind of between the old rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
When it comes to that in interpersonal relationships.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that it hurts them as much as it angers them? And I'm curious from both of you.
I think it makes them mad.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes them mad at first, at least, until they become enlightened, which, at least that's what I'm experiencing.
Yeah.
In myself. I don't think we can go back. I'm having to really, really tell myself that, because I've been kind of half thinking about going back and getting more involved with church again. And my sister said to me, "Why would you do that when those people have hurt you so much?" And I know I can hear Andrea's thoughts. You don't even have to say
they're pretty loud.
You don't have to say it. I know, but I do need to find something to get, back in there. And this was kind of where our conversation came from, because, I've been needing to do something, and it feels like going backward, and I don't want to go backward anymore. And it wouldn't serve me to go back there.
Right.
I need to find a new thing, I think.
Well, here's, not for nothing, but you live in soul school. You live in soul school. You do. You live in soul school with your kindred spirits, with your soul sisters. If you feel a need to, like next week, we were talking about it just before we came on the air. We're going to do a whole thing about meditations, and Deb has recorded a beautiful meditation. And, what a brilliant idea, really. And we're going to focus next week, because we're going to give Jeff all the grace and space that he needs.
Oh, yeah.
To come back when he wants. So you're looking at the Cast of Soul School right now for, at least probably the next few weeks. And I would like to, at that point, start focusing on very specific meditations, especially on healing. And so next week we're going to start the program with Deb's meditation, and then discuss the impact that it has, and how we grow, and how thoughts are things, and all of that. But tonight I really thought that it was important almost to prepare the ground, because when we start shedding the dead skin, when we start, and this is the season, this is when the snakes shed their skin. They literally outgrow their own package and just leave it behind. And there's something magical about walking into the front yard and seeing just the hollow skin of a rat snake, 3 or 4 inches or feet long, and just the skin. It's so delicate and fragile and beautiful, but the animal that's in it has grown all new skin and has moved on and left it behind, because it no longer served it.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough space. It outgrew itself.
Yeah, I'm really feeling that right now.
Yeah.
Right.
And I need to remember, I need to leave it behind. And it's nostalgia that draws me back. Not that it's going to help me today. It's just, I'm nostalgic and I miss that. But it wouldn't be that way today.
Right. So, Lynn, can I ask you, is it what you're missing? Is it the gathering of like-minded souls?
Yeah.
And just that love?
It's that, but it's also, I do have a servant heart. I always have. I've been at my church since I was 20 years old, and I'm 58. Been there a long time. And in so many different capacities, but I can't even stand the thought of going and sitting in the sanctuary with all those people. So I had a really hard time after COVID going back to church. And so what I was doing was behind the scenes work more, and then just watching online. And when Jared got sick, I stopped doing everything because I didn't know what life was going to look like. But also there was a lot of pain there from interactions with the people. So I'm not sure what I'm missing. I've filled it a bit with becoming a lot more active with the fox rescue that I support, Save a Fox in Minnesota and Florida. I'm really trying to be active in that area, and that's helped a lot. And I think that's probably where I'll shift my focus to. So I think I just miss helping.
Mm-hmm.
I like to be a helper.
Right. Well, you know that we do have the Unity Tree
yes.
Interfaith Ministries.
Mm-hmm.
And Annie and I are both on the board of that.
Mm-hmm.
Our hearts are there, but we're very busy. You know, could we use some help with somebody with a servant mind that could
anytime
come up with the,
you know that.
Oh anytime. My God.
Just send it my way.
We'll be talking.
But
my first thought was,
we'll talk later. Yes. What's your thought?
You miss those people. You miss that gathering of like-minded souls.
Yeah.
But like Andrea said, you've shed that skin.
I have.
That's behind you.
You're right.
So now it's time to fill that with new like-minded souls.
Yeah.
Where you are on your path at this time.
Yeah.
Well, that's we're going to be together in about a month at UFO Contact at Houghton Lake. And in that amount of time, we will have gotten to a place where we're gathering together again spiritually. You know, it's not just it's about everything, you know, it's about everything. That I consider UFO Contact to be hands down, no competition, the best paranormal conference on the subject in the country. I do. And
thank you.
I do. I mean, it's so incredibly well put together. And, you know, my main experience prior to when you started Contact was with Starworks that no longer exists with Paula Harris. And also, you know, very well organized, very well done, excellent speakers. But there's an intimacy at UFO Contact and a sense of familiarity with the people that are there, even if you don't know them. You do when you leave, and a sharing of energy and a healing that goes on at that event that I've not experienced any place else ever. And like, I've been touring for 12 to 14 years now. I've been out on the road, and I've never experienced anything like it. So if you are within flying or driving distance and can get to UFO Contact, do please come. We should have given Bill the flyer to put up on the thing, but
I think he has it, but
it's
I don't know
everywhere.
if he has it on this one.
It's everywhere. We
have everywhere.
I can say it's September 26th, 27th at the Lakeside Resort Conference Center in Houghton Lake, Michigan. The website is www.miufocon.com. So all of the info is there. You can get your tickets there. You can also look up Michigan UFO Contact on Facebook and get all of the info.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be there. And I know how much that does serve. There it
is. Oh, and who's first on the banner? Andrea Parent.
Wow, look at that.
What a lineup. What a lineup.
Yes.
I don't know about that Tim Ellis, though. I've heard stories.
Oh, I've heard stories about that guy.
Oh, what a voice. Oh.
Yeah, and his sidekick too.
Oh my gosh. I've heard worse stories about him.
Yeah, I don't know if we can even bring that name up on this show.
No, I don't. I really don't. Hubcap. He's known to me as Hubcap.
Okay.
Great story. I will share at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Yeah. I'm so looking forward to it. And next weekend I will be in Savannah. Oh, you guys are gonna have to run the show next Friday night because I'm in Savannah. Okay.
It is Labor Day weekend. Is Bill even gonna do shows for Labor Day weekend though?
Oh, I don't know. I guess
We'll
we should
find out.
probably talk to him about all this. Actually plan it live on the air, huh?
Right.
Oh my God. Let me get rid of this pillow. I have enough cushion on my ass. The last thing I need is more. There we go. There we go. Better. Oh God. Okay, so all right. So this is something that I really want to say. Oh, the way I work, I'm taking off. Yeah. All right. So probably reruns next weekend, folks. But
in 2 weeks from tonight. 2 weeks from tonight, Deb.
Yeah. 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be doing meditation.
Yeah. We're easy.
The power of meditation. So anyway, I wanted to talk about the pain of letting go, and
it's hard.
And something happened. Something happened today that really disturbed me. And we have a worker, a yard man that drops by occasionally when he's free, and he stopped by the house yesterday or this morning. Was it this morning? I think it was yesterday. And his hand was just ripped open. It was just like ripped open. And he's like, Miss Chris, do you have a Band-Aid? And she saw his hand. And I mean, she's like, she almost heaved. And she's like, Jesus God, Tim, what happened? And he said, well, I jumped a fence and it was all covered in barbed wire. And I didn't see it till I got to the top and it ripped him wide open. And he refused to go to the hospital, even though he's been told that they're not going to charge him. He doesn't have the money. He doesn't have insurance. He doesn't have the money, and he refused to go to the hospital. And I don't know what to do about it because I was so sick myself. I literally couldn't get out of bed to go help him. And Christine brought him, stuff she couldn't look at it. She couldn't look at his hands to bandage them. All she could do was hand him the stuff to do it, and said over and over, go to the hospital. Mm-hmm. You need a tetanus shot. You need a tetanus shot. And we have no way of being in touch with him, no way of finding out if he did what he needed to do. And this man has fallen through the cracks in ways that no one in this country ever should, ever. And I'm just but it's just like, it's so much. He needs so much that we're both like overwhelmed.
Right.
The need that goes with him, that comes along with, and Christine has employed him for years and years and years. And he's a mess, and he's a mess, and it breaks my heart and it breaks her heart, but he never does anything to ever help himself.
Yeah.
And it's like he expects, frankly, all the old women in the neighborhood to take care of him, to mother him. It is tragic. Absolutely tragic. And I don't know what to do. And I don't know. There's no way to get in touch with him. I am scared to death that this man is going to develop tetanus and lockjaw, and he's going to die because of rusty barbed wire that he should have known not to touch and not to, you know, he should have known. I mean, all he had to do was walk around the fence, not scale it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so, there's so many levels of tragedy here that it's absolutely overwhelming.
Yeah.
You can't do enough. Just can't do enough. And I'm very, very conflicted about this because, you know that question, what would Jesus do?
Mm-hmm.
It depends. It really
Does
does.
it?
I think so. I want to tell a quick little story here. Years ago, before I moved to this area, I spent a lot of my time working with the homeless. And it's something that is still very deep in my heart. It's something I love. But for the grace of God, there go I. Any one of us could be homeless at any time.
He is. He has no place to call home, no place to lay his head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, I can tell you that, you know, the majority of the homeless that I worked with were people who wanted to better their lives. They didn't want to live on the streets, but they couldn't. You know, the programs just aren't there.
They're not.
Many of the homeless are what we call the working homeless.
Mm-hmm.
But then you do have a handful of those who say, you know, why would I pay rent? And why would I do this and that when I can just panhandle and live off the streets? So, you know, I had to learn for myself, and it was a very difficult lesson, that some people actually wanted my help, and some people were willing to work with me to get the help they needed, and others just wanted me to do the work for them.
Yeah.
And I literally, through a lot of tears, a lot of meditation, and a lot of years of doing this, realized that I had to tell some of these people, I love you, I'll pray for you, I'll feed you, but I will no longer work harder at your life than you do.
Yep.
And it was one of the hardest things I ever did. And this goes right along with the theme of the show, you know, letting go of things that don't serve you. I was literally killing myself.
Yep.
And going without. And my children were going without because I was helping so many people that really, they weren't working on their lives. And I had to back away. So, you know, I still help people, and of course I will.
Yes, you do. We all do.
But we do have to get to that point. And I think, you know, I spent a lot of time in, you know, the thought of what would Jesus do? And that was the answer that I got often is, it depends. The responsibility of that person's life is their responsibility.
Right.
You can help them, and sometimes there's cognitive issues where they need a little more help.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
So it depends. It really it varies with every person and everything you're doing. And this young man, sounds like you and Chris have kind of taken him under your wing, and you're the ones that worry most, not him.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'll wrap it. I'll be fine. So you and Chris are carrying this pain and this burden of, oh my God, you know, he's going to get tetanus and all of that. And, you know, there's a little part of me that says you have to let go of it a little bit. And like we do with our own kids, let them fly.
It's just, it has become a real emotional burden for both of us to, you know, see his circumstances, do everything we can, empty our wallets over and over and over again to make sure he doesn't go hungry, make sure, you know, when there's a bad storm coming that he can get a room somewhere. you know, so that he's not living in a tent in the woods. I mean, it is just, it's so horrific, and it makes me so angry because, as far as I am concerned, in a society, in the richest country in the world, in a society that's supposedly Christian,
Yeah,
there isn't a number that any one of us as a citizen could call and say, I know this person who needs a social worker right now, and make the arrangements and get it done and step in and hook him up with whomever can help him through this. You know, I worked for years and years with mentally ill people, and I know mental illness when I see it, and I know cognitive impairment when I see it, and he's working with so many liabilities that I don't blame him for anything. He got shot in the head by his own father when he was 10 years old. Because he stole change out of his father's pocket, and he went after him with a gun. And had his shot been better, he would have killed his own child. And so I mean, that he even survived that is amazing. And it's not like he made this story up. Everybody in this whole neighborhood, in this whole area, knows the story of Tim. You know, the KKK burned his family's farm to the ground because his father was making so much money on his farm that they wanted to make sure that the family had nothing. And that was when the KKK 40, 50 years ago ran this county until they got run out of this county. You know, okay, so there, but for the grace of God go I, you know, and I'm really struggling with this, and I really appreciate your input, you know, both of you. Lenny, I know what you're dealing with family, you know, and having to extricate yourself in ways that you never anticipated. It's so difficult. There is nothing easy, and I think the thing that I'm most upset about the subject itself that we're discussing is that there seems to be an element of selfishness. What no longer serves me, you know, seems on some level selfish. But if we don't learn to love ourselves well, how can we love other people and serve others if we don't take care of ourselves?
We have to.
Yeah, because if we don't serve ourselves, nobody else is going to. And we can't serve anybody else. And we are all, you know, like Lynn said, she's a servant. She's here to serve people, to take care of people. I know you, Lynn, and I know your heart, and that's exactly what you do. So how can she do that if she has an empty cup?
Right.
How can any of us do that?
Right.
An empty cup. So yeah, might be selfish, but it's not. Right?
It's fine. I want to say it's a fine line, but yet it's not. You can't. I'm learning this, especially with my children. I have to get my shit together. I cannot help them until I do a little bit more. And as I'm concentrating more on myself, I'm seeing that, they're actually, things are getting better just in general by me getting better in general. I don't have to do so much work like I thought I did. I think it's happening. I don't have to force it anymore. Because I would have just always put all my energy into the kids and ignored myself.
Right.
And by switching it up, it's definitely working out better.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Very happy to hear that.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, Andrea's a good example too. She gives and gives
Yes.
and gives and gives.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really worried about, you know, are you going to be able to do the show tonight? I know she's been this, you know, right now
Mm-hmm.
everything's kind of kicking her ass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
She's been through an awful lot. So
Yes.
I look at this and I think, it's time for you to take care of you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it truly is. So, you know, all of us keep sending lots of love, lots of healing, and praying that you accept that, Annie, and you don't pull too much from you for everybody else, because that's what you always do. You give.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a little lesson here is for Andrea to be able to take.
Mm-hmm.
This has been really quite a learning curve for me. This whole cancer bullshit going on. You know, I mean, like, part of me said, thank God I got through 11 months without going through what I'm going through now. Mm-hmm. Thank God I got through 11 months of diagnosis where I never once was so sick I couldn't lift my head. So sick I was sleeping on the bathroom floor. So sick I wanted to die. And it didn't happen until they found out that the chemo I was on just abruptly stopped working, and that marker showed up in my blood that had never been there. Mm-hmm. And wow. And now I am on a medication that is very specifically targeted and has worked. In fact, I'm so sorry. I just realized that unconsciously I reached around to, you know, to rub and scratch the tumor. Mm-hmm. And it showed on screen, and I apologize. I hope it didn't make anybody uncomfortable.
I didn't notice it.
But it was like driving me crazy, and it's itchy because it's itchy from the inside because it's dying. Mm-hmm. And it's shrinking, and this is the exact right medication specifically targeted for this exact rare kind of breast cancer that we wouldn't have known about unless the other chemo, you know, stopped. Mm-hmm. So now, for the last 5-6 weeks now, the first 2 weeks on the new drug, I can't pronounce its name. Its name's like that long. I can't even. But it's the first couple of weeks I did really, really well on it, and then I got so sick that I thought for absolutely sure I had picked up a horrible virus, and never even thought that it was because this toxic chemical had built up in my system to the point where my body rejected it. And so now I have to take 4 different medications before I can take my chemo. You know, it's spanned out over the course of about 45 minutes before I can take the chemo. Mm-hmm. And I went the other day, and I told my doctor, she's like, we have got to get you some fluids, and made arrangements for me to go downstairs after my appointment and sit there and hang out with people and talk about stuff while they made me into the Stay Puft Marshmallow Woman. I mean, I was just like, they loaded me with this huge bag of fluids. Yeah. And I'm going to keep doing that because I need to. Dehydration kills people.
Absolutely.
You know, and I'm not.
Why do you think I was so mad? I'm like,
Powerade.
I was like, I know, but I was like, call somebody to come to the house, come do something.
I know you were mad. I know.
I was. Yeah.
Call 911. I even contacted Chris.
I was too sick to even go do it. I was.
I know that, but anyway.
Yeah, I got through it. I did. Yeah. I look all shriveled up though, and strange and weird and wrinkly, but I'm puffing back up a little bit. I'm plumping back up.
You look just great with my cataracts.
Oh, awesome!
You both have that soft,
fuzzy filter look. Yeah, great.
Oh, good.
So you look great to me.
Wonderful. You know, it's a life. This thing, it's a life, and it's really soul school. Mother of God, are you even kidding? You know, but I really am grateful. The other, you know, flip that coin over. You know, I made it through 1 year without facing what I'm facing.
Right.
The other side of that coin, I was on the phone with Lenny the other day, and I just burst into tears. I had a moment of feeling a little bit sorry for myself. And I never do that. Never do that.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay
to feel human in there.
Yeah. It's okay once in a while. Yeah. That's all you were doing was being just a human. It's a lot. It's a lot to deal with. It's a lot.
Absolutely.
And it's overwhelming.
And if we were going through this, Andrea.
Yeah.
You would be on the phone with us saying, just let it go, honey. Let it go. You're safe with me. So, and we know we could.
And have.
The
first time any of this has happened.
Oh God, yeah, I know. Well, we've all cried with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all right. But I will be happy when you shed that part and get through this chemo, and those tumors have gone poof. And
yeah, they need to go poof.
Yes, they do. And I keep meditating on it, and I see them little bastards getting all eaten up and spit out. And so, yeah.
Get out of my big, fat, fluffy body, right?
Get the fuck out. Sons of bitches. Go back and bother the devil.
That's
but
right.
You know what? Something else too. A few weeks ago, I got a message from the Galactics, which again tells me there's a connection. There's a real connection because the message that I got was that I don't need to swear at it anymore. I don't need to curse it. That was the message. I don't need to curse it anymore. And then the replacement mantra was very simple. In the name of Jesus Christ, I banish you from my body. That's it. And they brought Jesus into it. I didn't. They brought Jesus into it. That was the message that I got from them.
We were all created by the same source, so
yeah. Yep. So that tells me that, you know, it confirms.
This is a pretty cool guy.
It confirms things for me. It does.
Yep.
It does. Because I know. I've always known. All are one. One is all. Yeah.
Yeah. And everything is love.
And everything is love. It's everything. Yeah. And everything beyond it is an illusion. Love. Only love. And that's why, you know, my very favorite saying, I wish I had come up with it myself, that I use on Soul School. I mean, on Buttercup is, I didn't come to teach you. I came to love you. Love will teach you.
Love will teach you. We haven't changed that from
it's like been up there for years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been up there for years now. And it
will
will stay there. That is our permanent banner for
the first year or two. We did some Buttercup stuff, but then we put that one up, and I've never changed it.
Yeah. No, it's
So it's
perfect.
been up there years. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Perfect.
it is. It's perfect. It's true. God, I wish I had written it. But that won't keep me from using it.
No.
Well, but
So
if you,
I had, that epiphany, that thing that happened to me a few days ago, when I wrote about firelight.
Yep.
And I mean, it just spilled out of me. It just absolutely spilled out of me. And like within just a few minutes, it went from, ephemeral nothingness to a creation in just a few minutes. I am the fire. I am the light. And so are you. And so are you. And so is Bill, that crazy guy in the background over there that just dared to tell us we're out of time.
oh,
I know. I know it. It's all right. We're going to let him slide on this. I mean, his atomic clock. Oh,
he does that same thing to me on Thursday night. Can you believe it?
How dare he? How dare he?
Well, at least I don't feel like targeted or anything.
That's yeah. That's tough love. We have to get some tough
treatment in KGRA land.
Yep.
Oh God. Well, I want to thank everybody. Oh, my eyes are so itchy. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. I love you all with all my heart. Deb, thank you so much for stepping in.
Yes, Deb, thank you.
Thank you so much for stepping in for Jeff, because just being here, just the two of you being here on his behalf is an act of love. And I appreciate it as well. I do. So I wish all of you, I will leave you all with the same message that we do every week. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Be the beacon of hope on the hill, and be the light you seek. Class dismissed.